There is one former first round pick staying put in New Orleans. In Jameis Winston being re-signed by the New Orleans Saints, he gets a 2-year, $28 million contract from the New Orleans Saints that keeps him with the team that he showed promise with last season. We remember him very fondly here in Jacksonville when he blew up on the Green Bay Packers in that game this season. Jameis Winston looked very good for the New Orleans Saints before getting hurt. He now comes back on a 2-year deal, and he's going to be the guy. It's no longer Taysom Hill as a starting quarterback. This is Jameis Winston's team at the start of camp. He's going to be the guy. Is it Jameis time? Is he going to be able to keep the New Orleans Saints in the fight with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South, Aaron?
I want Dylan to go first.
I saw this. I'll answer your question first, and then I'll get into my take. I think he can. I think he can keep him alive. I know the loss of Sean Payton's massive, and that's something not a lot of people are talking about. Like, if Sean Payton's there, I think maybe that would have been a spot for a potential Baker Mayfield trade or someone like that, to where you could develop a younger quarterback under someone like a Sean Payton. Right now, Jameis Winston still goes into that system, or goes back to New Orleans, a place where he's comfortable. He did play well last year, and ACL is still a tough spot, tough injury to come back from. But, I mean, he has chemistry with that team already. He's got the offense. We still have to wait and see what happens to the Alvin Kamara situation. He gets Michael Thomas back. I actually like this for Jameis Winston with the Saints, and I find it oddly enough, I saw on Twitter, he got 2 for 28, right? 2 years, $28 million. That's like back up to piss poor starter salary, right? Like that's fair. And he gets $20 million guaranteed. I mean, that's he didn't really have that much of a market. So to me, it was almost Saints or bust if he wanted to start a starting gig.
He's continuing to bet on himself. I feel like that's what Jameis is doing. He's just continuing to bet on himself.
Well, so first of all, Dylan, your point about them going after, like, if Sean Payton was there, a Baker Mayfield, I know. I don't think that would happen. If you're going to get Baker Mayfield, they might as well have just kept Jameis Winston with the familiarity of Sean Payton. He's only 2 years older than Baker Mayfield. Jameis Winston is only 28 years old. Like, he's been in the league forever, but we forget he's only 28 years old. This was a perfect fit. The minute they were out on the Deshaun Watson, you knew they were going to go right back to Jameis. Jameis Winston, I think he'll be fine. You get a rapport you already have with Pete Carmichael, the offensive coordinator, who they did retain, who was calling plays for a period of time while Jameis was there. Him and Sean Payton had a really good working relationship. So I think that kind of foundation has already been there. And you're talking about a guy who's thrown for 5,000 yards in a season. Regardless of what we want to say, I know he threw 30 picks. He's thrown for 4,000 yards twice when he came out as a rookie and then his second year on a Tampa team that was honestly terrible. Like, they were not good. He went 9-7 the year. Obviously, he threw for 33 touchdowns, 30 picks. And for his first year, really under Bruce Arians. And I've heard this mentioned now a number of times. He is not the only quarterback that has thrown a ton of interceptions in their first year with Bruce Arians. Carson Palmer did it. Even Tom Brady, who's a huge veteran, threw more interceptions in year one under Bruce Arians than he really had thrown before. So I like Jameis. I like the maturity level. I like how hard he works. I like the energy he brings to a locker room. I'm going to be honest. I think the Saints instantly get back to becoming contenders with Jameis Winston. Their defense is already really good. Huge loss if they lose Teron Armstead. Obviously, Michael Thomas being back helps. It will help Jameis. Now he has a weapon to throw to, not what's that guy's name? Marquez Callaway. And then obviously
Callaway. Oh, man.
Oh, dirt on Callaway.
Listen, I mean,
hey, Marquez Callaway threw dirt on himself.
The Saints have Tampa's number. They do. And I know that people don't like to hear that. It's not really a thing. They do. They know how to play against Tampa. It would have shocked me if the Saints are in that division race when it gets to the end of the season next year, if Jameis is healthy. Not at all. I think they're a good team. It definitely made me change my thoughts on whether Dennis Allen is going to have that big of an impact or not. Because if the Saints don't succeed, then our coach's tier ranking, it's going to be right. It's going to be on Dennis Allen because they have everything in place that they need to be contenders again in the NFC, especially in such a weak conference.
Yeah, I was about to say with that conference looking the way it is, it's open. It's wide open.
I wanted to make a quick point here. I was going to say it in the thing before I answered your question. You look at the number 2 overall quarterbacks in from 2000 beyond, right? It's so strange how they're getting like all these second chances, correct? Zach Wilson right now, we'll see, right? It's Mitch Trubisky 2017. He gets a second chance because he was a failed starter to begin with. Let's be honest. Then 2016 Carson Wentz, number 2 overall,
He's got 6 chances.
Yeah, another chance. 2015 Marcus Mariota, number 2 overall, failed. He gets another chance. Robert Griffin III, 2012, failed. Another chance. So it's like all the quarterbacks that go 2 overall is sort of I see a trend here in the 2000s.
Well, the fact is these guys should get second chances. You shouldn't be defined by your one opportunity that maybe the organization is to blame. And then especially as you mature, because all these players have also went other places, served as backups, and got to learn behind really good quarterbacks. And so you go learn behind a really good quarterback. Maybe you grow a little bit. Maybe you get more mature. Maybe you're now a Jameis Winston and you understand what's important, which is protecting the football so you don't turn over as much. I think there is nothing wrong with giving these guys second chances. We are so quick to label people as busts. I'm guilty of it as well. When we label a guy a bust after 2 years, and then when they're 27-year-olds, they can't even get a job because we already say they're done. Like, to me, that's a problem in the NFL. We're always looking for that next guy, when that next guy could be Matthew Stafford. Could be 33 years old, never won a playoff game, but you put him in the right situation, and now all of a sudden he's a Super Bowl winner. Like, I think we are very, very quick to jump off these players, and I know it's the business. I know it's what we do, and the organizations do it as well because it's about money.
Fast moving, man. Fast moving.
It's fun. It's fun to see some of these guys get another opportunity. I root for Mitch Trubisky. I root for Marcus Mariota to do better, to show that they were worthy of those picks at number 2, just to be serviceable as starting quarterbacks in the NFL because it's really, really hard to do.